Hi, hey, hello, welcome or welcome back to Black and Booked. I'm your hostess who loves to do the absolute mostest, Maya. And today we're talking bookish New Year's resolutions because I just want to get to the nitty gritty of some things and I want to try to hold myself accountable. And what better way than to tell the whole internet something you're going to do? And you guys can help me hold me accountable for these bookish things that I want to do this year. Okay, so I have a list because I have the brain of a goldfish and I will forget everything. If you leave it up to me, there'll be no video because I'll forget every time. Okay, so we're gonna keep using the handy dandy iPad slash Kindle and get into it. So the first resolution that I have is I want to read 95 books this year. Now, I don't really think this would be hard because being that I look at my StoryGraph data, I read pretty quick. Like I usually read books mostly like 300 pages, and usually it takes me like 2 days. So that lets me know that it's not like a fast, like it's not that I'm a slow reader. It's just that I be on my damn phone. I'll be reading the book and next thing you know I'm on TikTok. How did we even get here? Like it just be I just be trying to do too many things at one time. And that's why I be taking a lot longer than I need to with these books. I mean, I love to, actually read them, but like I'm a fast reader, so there's no reason why I'm sitting here on a 200 or 300 page book for the whole week. Like, girl, put the phone down, pick the book up. Okay? So I broke this down even smaller. So 95 books a year means I have to read 8 books a month. I've read 2 books so far this month, so I have 6 books left to go. And I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I'm a little overwhelmed when I like think about the numbers and stuff, but I know I can do it. So this is like some ways where I was able to fit some reading in. So I could read for an hour in the morning, and I could read for an hour at night. That's 2 hours right there. And then when I start going back to school, being that I'm on winter break, it takes me like about an hour to get to school. So if I do that, I'll have read for 4 hours a day, and I feel like I can finish a book. Like I can finish a 200 something, almost 300 page book definitely in a day for sure. So if I stick to this, I think I can do it. I think I can hit my goal, and I will be so excited to be like, I read 100 books. Like I don't know, for a reader, it's just, that just makes me excited to almost be able to say that. Like I'm happy that I read 40 books because, whether you read 100 or one book, you still read. So there's a lot of people in the world who don't read nothing. So hey, reading is reading, no matter you're a reader, no matter how many books you read. But for me, I have a goal because I'm a reader, and I want to challenge myself. I want to challenge myself to be better than last year. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so that's the first goal. And then number 2 is writing better, well constructed reviews. So the type of reviews that I like are like not reviews that really like go into the plot too much, because then I feel like it's starting to give spoilers if I'm like telling you too much of like the plot, but more of like the character development or the pacing of the book, or maybe like one cute thing that you saw or something like that. So more constructive, and if I have any constructive criticism to give to the author, and we give constructive criticism with love. We don't be disrespectful. We give it with love, y'all. We're not like saying this book was trash. No, but if you have something that you want to let them know, you respectfully tell them so that they can keep perfecting their craft. And because I love these books so much, I want to be able to do that. And I also want to be able to just say simply when I love the book and what specifically I loved about it, because that's the type of reviews I'm looking for. So I want to actually contribute to that space in a better way than what I have been doing. So I'm gonna be doing reviews on Amazon, and I'm gonna be posting reviews on YouTube Shorts here, and I'm gonna be doing it on Storygraph. So that's my contribution and my thank you to the authors for, taking their time to to write the books, you know what I mean? And word of mouth is probably the biggest way that they get people to find their book. You don't understand, y'all. There's traditionally published authors who have um billboards, who have Times Square, who have all these interviews, and of course, it's so much easier to see their things because they have a whole big team behind them. But some of these indie authors, it's just them. So they really rely on us to push their books, and if you like the book, push the book. You know what I mean? Like, tell people about the book. Don't just keep the book to yourself, because these are their livelihoods. And if you love literature, if you love Black literature, if you love Black romance, if you love Black authors, you will do what you can to help them. And that's what I'm gonna do. That is why I feel so passionate about writing better reviews, because word of mouth is crazy. A lot of these books I've heard about from reviews. Actually, all of the books I've heard about from, if I didn't see a review, I probably would have had no idea about indie authors, indie Black books at all. So please, y'all, write y'all reviews, video reviews, visuals, do anything, free promotion for these authors, because they really spoil us to death. And that's the it's free to support. So just support, okay? Sorry, y'all, but I really want people to really understand how important that really is, okay? So that is my second one. And my third one is, hold on, y'all. I'm so sorry. Woo! All right. My second one is reading new genres. So I mainly read urban, this is bothering me. I mainly read urban romance. And even if it's not a romance, it's probably urban fiction. But I do want to start getting into nonfiction. Now, don't start throwing the tomatoes at me. Just listen. I want to get into nonfiction. Like, specifically, I want to get into more memoirs, because I want to read about women who inspire me, so that I can learn how to be a better, a better woman, which is so important to me at this stage of my life. And also, I want to read about Black history, and I want to get the Black history books and the Black books that they banned from the schools, because my kids, whenever I have them, will be able to read their history the way it's supposed to be written by a Black author. So you can ban all the books you want, but I'm going to try to get all, round them all up before you get to them, so that I can, give my children the correct history lesson that they deserve, because half the stuff that I've learned has not been in school when it goes to history. Half the stuff that I learned has not been in school. The only thing they taught me in history in school was about Black people, was mainly about slavery. That's it. So I want to make sure that I have these books for my kids here. So but I also want to learn about it for myself. So that's why I want to get into nonfiction, and I also want to get into historical fiction, because I think that's a great mix, and maybe like a good segue into reading just nonfiction and historical romance as well. And I want to also read more diversity, meaning I want to read queer books. I want to read male on male, female on female. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to just read heterosexual, because that's not the world we live in, and I don't want to be like living under a rock. You know what I mean? Like, I support LGBTQIA plus, and I also am a part of the community, so I support and can relate. But I want to do more than, like, I want to put my money where my mouth is. I don't want to just say I support. I want to support. I want to read the authors who are in these communities, or read the books that do show disability rep, autism rep, and all these things, because they're important and their stories deserve to be shown and pushed just as much as other stories. So that is something I really want to be held accountable on doing this year as well. Okay. So what's my next one? Oh, and I also want to make sure that I'm reading one new author every month, just because I don't want to just, stay somewhere just because it's like, oh, I know these authors are going to give me a good book, because like I said, the indie realm is very under publicized. Like, they don't get a lot of publicity that they should. So it's like, you already have them under traditionally published authors, right? And then you have indie authors, and then in that scope, there's like an umbrella of like the popular indie authors, which is great to be, popular and have good books and people to be talking about you. But you don't want to forget about the debut indie authors who just put out a good book, but nobody knows about them, so they're not reading it. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that I'm constantly reading a new person so that I can be pushing everybody as a whole, not just the popular indie authors, but everybody. Everybody. If your book is good, it don't matter if you've been writing for 2 days or 2 years. I want to be able to be like, hey, read this book, even if I'm the first review. If you never had a review, I want to be able to be like, hey, your book was great, X, Y, and Z. I'm going to tell this person, I'm going to purchase a physical copy. Like, I want to completely support all the way around. If you understand what I mean? So that's also what I want to do. So my last one is buying physical copies, because as you can see, I just got a what's this called? I just got a shelf. So I want to buy physical copies and special editions if I really, like the book, because these special editions, they cute, but I'd be like, damn it, I haven't read the book yet. So I don't want to buy it just to buy it. But these special editions, y'all, these indie book special editions, y'all is eating. Y'all graphic designers are eating these books up. I'm absolutely loving it. So, yeah, I really want to be able to, support you guys and be able to pass these books on to my kids and have them on my shelves as my book trophies. So throughout the year, I'm going to be responsible, because I do have a book event coming up in August, which I'm going to start saving for now so that it's not just hitting me like a Mack truck when it comes. And it's like, you know, cause the receipts, I'm gonna have I know I'm buying a book cart. I'm bringing a book cart, so I'm already preparing for, like, because books are heavy, so I'm already preparing for the worst. But we're gonna put some boundaries in place, and we're gonna put a budget in place, because if I don't, I might be living on the street next time you see me with my books, though. With my books. So I mean, hey, priorities. But yeah, so we will be building my book collection, so that should be a lot of fun for you guys to see, like, what I am starting out the year with and what I end the year with. Okay, but it's quality over quantity, so it doesn't mean that by the end of this year this whole thing will be full, but we'll see, like, exactly what books I deemed worthy enough to be on my Hall of Fame. So yes. Okay, y'all. So that is the end of this bookish resolutions. Comment below if you have any resolutions. What's your reading goals? Are you chilling? Are you vibing? Or are you like me with a list and you're ready to knock them down and eat them up? Let me know how you feel, and make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and do all those YouTube things you know how to do. Remember to stay booked up and stay black. I'm your hostess who loves to do the absolute mostest, Maya, and I'm signing off. See you. Bye.